Malaga, Spain, and it has been a tiring, exhausting, wonderful, wondrous day. It was our day for to do our shopping here, and the rest of the time is going to be tourismy stuff and beaches and relaxing because we need to relax while we're here. But it was a great day, and true to the Colosseum International portion of my name for the channel, I have gone out and about to make sure that, just like I did when I was in Paris, I am bringing back some Blu-ray boutique labels, horror that are exclusive to, and non-horror too, that are exclusive to Spain. So it's going to be really interesting. I got them right there. I might or may not, depend on if we get a few people on. We'll see who comes in. That'll be like a good, like meter of like who watches this show on a regular basis. um, see how it goes. So yesterday we got in. We flew in by Ryanair. I don't recommend them. It wasn't a great experience. The flight wasn't, but we got in anyway. It took about an hour and 10 minutes to get here. Our cab was waiting for us. We came up to our B&B. It's fantastic. Everything's waiting in the lockbox. We came here, we rested up for a bit, and we're like, okay, we're not going to go anywhere today. Famous last words, right? So we said we're not going anywhere today. And then we're like, I'm looking online, said, okay, well, I want to find out where things are so that when we're shopping around tomorrow, we know where everything's at. So there's a CEX here in Malaga. And I haven't been to CX since London. And the CX in London well, the one I was to was okay. It wasn't great. But I said, we're going to be in that area. And I looked at the location first. I thought, it's around 10 minutes walk away. And that was unfortunately where the CX used to be. So we looked online and we found us around 25, 30 minutes walk away. So we decided, okay, we'll try to go that way and see how it goes. So we ended up getting to CX. It was like around like 10, 15 minutes before it was going to close. Hey there, Keg, welcome, man. Hola, from Spain. And I started to look around. And I started to look around like fast and frantically because I knew I wasn't gonna have a lot of time to look there. I'm loving it here so far. I mean, like the places are fantastic. It's a gorgeous area. I want to go to the beach tomorrow. I got my summer clothes. Picked up some good movies. Yeah, they have a CX here. Actually, a better CX than the one I went to in London, actually, which is actually kind of cool. So I went there and I got 5 legit movies, but ended up getting one that was not legit. So there was that. But that didn't take away from the whole experience of it all. It was kind of, because they were so cheap. And it was so fun to see that. So we went to CX. By the time that we'd finished there, we went and picked up some groceries and we were off to back home. Today we got up this morning, had our breakfast. The food here is fantastic, by the way. And we went out to get the bus to go to the. Hey there, Ragnar. Nice St. Grease, New Jersey. Holy crap, man! We went to go to Centros Comerciales, which is a mall here in Spain. It's a big mall, and it has a Fnac there. So I found a title at CX night before, and I'll show you. Actually, it's falling out and everything, and and the thing is, hey, Maddie, it's going pretty good. Hey, there, Tyrone. I had to thank the guys that came in. I really appreciate it. I am in Malaga. We were going to go to Marbella, and we're going to come in Malaga for the day, but we ended up going to Malaga for so it's the southern part of Spain, and it's where Pablo Picasso was born and lived. And there's actually a Pablo Picasso, there's a Picasso museum here, which I would really like to check out. My better half is not so big on modern art, but I went to school I went to art school. So it's something that I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't think I'm going to get to Marbella to see the Salvador Dali statues. As a gangsters. But I will get to, I will hopefully get to see the Picasso and it's one of the modern exhibits. So I'm going to take this here sticker off because this is kind of like, don't you hate when you buy something and it's got like, in Marbella, Marbella is such a beautiful area though. Though you got to be rich for Marbella. Like you literally, like it is an expensive area. A lot of like big celebrities go to Marbella. Antonio Banderas has a theater there. I think Eva Longoria's house there. I'll get some off later, but I'll get some of it off anyway. So I can show you. So the label that I'm going to show you, Panache Neighborhood, is actually a label that is it's a Spanish label. And if you've gotten the Paul Nash Collection Volume 1 from Shout Factory, you have a version of this film. I don't have that edition, so I freaking hate these stickers. Oh my God. We're gonna leave a sticker on, screw that. I'll get off later. So, I went in there and I saw this. And I did not know that this, I knew the movie existed, I did not know this label existed. So this is El Bosque del Lobo. Hey there, FFG. My name is Aaron. So this is based on a true story, and it's about a serial killer that was well, thought he was a werewolf. So the film was made back in 1970. It's one of those movies that so El Bosque Lobo, which is kind of like Force of the Wolf, and it's there you go. That should tell you. And it's got a lot of critical acclaim, like since then. What? So much and so little at the very same time. Right now I travel. So it comes in this like cool like black case, Black Christmas 1974. Favorite game? I don't know. The washing machine, oh, that is so cool. That one I do have, and that one I do love. And it comes with this book as well. Oh, you're from Spain? Oh, cool. So this, I'm very intrigued to see it. There's a DVD version of this one out, apparently. Actually, I didn't realize I'd seen it until last night. So I was like, do I know this film? But yeah, there's some decent features on here. This 38-minute documentary, not sure about English or Spanish, but I'll figure it out anyway, I'll watch it. And so this is one of two. So it's called Collection Fentaterra, and that's what I was trying to get, show you guys the Fentaterra part right there. There's a series of these. They come in these like red boxes, and then after these red boxes go, then the grandpa, I'm definitely a grandpa. Well, I'm not a grandpa, but I'm the age of a grandpa. I'm even a great grandpa. But I got another Fentaterra that I'm going to show when I get back to Morocco, because I want to keep some things for there. But the stuff I got at Fnac today is incredible. I'm very, very proud of the stuff that I picked up today. It was it took a long time, and we were at the shop, and we went into the Fnac, and it didn't look very big. So we got there, And I'm looking around. I'm seeing like I'm not seeing movies. I'm seeing like books and albums, and I'm seeing all types of anime stuff. And I'm seeing some anime like films and series, but I'm not seeing any movies. And I'm panicking. I'm like, oh God, don't tell me there's no movies here at all. I said, well, I got stuff at CX. So I'm like, kind of talking myself down, right? I found stuff at CX. Stuff at CX is really good. So they, no, that's what it is. That's fantastic. And then I get to the back and I see this like tiny wall of movies. And I'm like, okay, not a lot, but I'll look just to see if there's anything here. You take care too, man. Um, but I start picking things up, and every second title I pick up is something that's on my wish list, or something that I want. And that just blows my mind. So I get, and I have about like, I had about like 30 or 40, like in a pile, and I'm like choosing which ones to get. What is interesting, and which is very interesting for me, because Fnac is a chain store, right? Like same like HMV, or if you live in like the like for me, it's not around anymore, but like well, it is in London. So if you live in like England, like HMV, or I think it's in Scotland too, or you live, or so it's a regular store, right? So I'm going through there, and I kid you not, I wish I took footage. If I go back, I will take footage. Well, I took footage in there, but I didn't take footage of this. And I'm looking through all this stuff, and I pick up, and it's a move I already got, right? Because this is me, Taboo, uh, with Kay Parker. I'm like, I have to look twice. I'm thinking, no, it's got to be a Taboo with another. I don't see the Kay Parker name right away. So I'm like, okay, this has got to be Taboo, but just, with the same name. It's not going to be the Triple X film. And I look at it again, and I'm like, Kay Parker and Juliet Anderson. Uh, that's the adult film, and there was 2 copies of it, and it's here in a regular store, and I think that is so amazingly progressive and wonderful. Uh, because I know if I went into my local, so if I go to a Sunrise Records, I'm not going to find an adult title. I'll find like a Jean Rollin, which is going to be like kind of like skirting that edge. But I won't. There won't be any like triple X titles or sections in there. But over here in Spain, yeah, it was just with regular stuff. And if you don't know, you don't know. But it's there, and I'm like, it is kind of a mind blowing thing. You know what I mean? But I have to say, it was cool. So I ended up getting a bag full of stuff. I got collector's editions. I got a 4K. What is Cebu? Oh, it is an adult film keg from the 1970s. It's famous because it's the Taboo series. Started off the Taboo series where there's like the first. I didn't buy Taboo because I already own it. But like, Vinegar Syndrome part of the first 4 because those were the ones that went to the theater. Taboo went on to like 20 odd films, but to see it in a regular store is like insane. That's why. Got a message here. Let's see what it is. See if it's a nice message. See if something nice to me. You never know. We also went to my dad actually. Letting my dad know that I'm on live. So we also went to a board game shop to check out some board games. My better half say, for those who don't know, I better have say board game collector. There's a site called Board Game Geek, and she definitely is. So she managed to find a really, really cool board game store. We went in there. There's some people like sitting down at tables, like playing some board games, having have coffee, a beer, that type of thing, just playing some different games. And there's some games all over to buy, right? So we're looking all over the place. There's even like an English section, which I would say I give credit to the board game place because that had an English section. Yes, we did. We bought some board games, which I will be showing to you later. The Jumanji board game is actually disappointing. If I'm not sure if you ever played or not, but you think, oh man, it's gonna be awesome like the movie, and it's like just a regular board game. But then you're like, oh man. But no, we found some really. Can I read Spanish? I cannot. That's what I was getting to actually. So we went to comic stores, which is a name of a big comic shop here. There's like a couple locations, and I was like, okay, well, it's a huge comic place. So when I was in Paris, I went to a place called Album, and they had this amazing comic section, and they had like this section, like kind of a dedicated English language section. It was a smaller section and a stuff with a ton of French like titles. But I was amazed to find it in Paris, and I went to a smaller comic shop, and it was the same thing. Now I went to this big comic shop here in Spain, and first thing I asked, okay, so do you have an English section? Nope, nothing. Um, they had no English comics at all. Everything Spanish, everything Panini. Um, so it wasn't disappointing because I really didn't come here to buy comics. So, but I think it would behoove them. Like this is a tourist town. Malaga is a tourism area. The people come in from all over. It would be really cool to see actual English language stuff in some of your stores. We got chased out of a bookstore. So, kid you not. So we're walking down, we're on our way to CX. We say, oh, there's a bookstore there. Well, let's go in. Let's see if they have any English speaking like comics, saying English speaking, English books or comics. So we walk in. We're going 2 steps, and the lady comes over and she's talking to this guy. She comes over. Yeah, and she's like, uh, she's kind of like in Spanish. It's kind of like what are you looking for? And Hin's like, English. There any English books? And she's like, no English. Go. And we're like, what the fuck? We're like, okay. So yeah, she's like shooing us. No English, just Spanish. Go. And so we're like, that's rude. So Hin's like, is Spanish? Are Spanish people rude? No, like this. We just went about this like one place where with kind of this crazy book lady. But it was comical, and it's a good thing that we didn't because we didn't realize the time, and we would never made it to CX. Oh yeah, in a rude way. She was totally rude. There was no like. It wasn't like sometimes you mistake like in the language, the culture, that type of thing. No. I am drinking Pola Cola, which by the way is freaking amazing. So, oh, well, I'm at CX, because I'll share my CX titles. So there's a company here in Spain that have, I'll hide the prices, but they're only like usually €5 or less. Um, so I picked up the Prophecy in this really snazzy black case. I love these black cases, by the way. So this company does them, and this is like a region-free release, featureless really. But I just wanted to add the Prophecy on Blu-ray, so I grabbed that. My better half, one of her favorite films, is Prana 2, The Spawning. Actually, that was by a big director, John Frankenheimer, I think, directed Prophecy. Yeah, John Frankenheimer directed Prophecy. See, it looks €5. €5. Great cast too. You got Armando Sante, Richard Dysart. Who else is in that one? The guy from, I think Robert Fox was in this one. This was directed by James Cameron. Well, partially anyway. But it's cool. I like this original cover that was on VHS. We pick up for another $5. We pick up Flesh and Fiends. Loving this cover. Yeah, James Cameron. You got to like fire it off it. And I love the artwork on this stuff. Look at this. Look at the artwork on the back of this too. Absolutely gorgeous. Then one, not a favorite of mine, but one that I wanted. I've had one for a while because I love the cast in it, and it's one that I really I do enjoy actually. Not great, but good. That's Moon Over Scorpio. It's one I was going to get from the 88 Films, but 88 Films is with their slasher classics. Now there's no red cases. They're like they've changed the color of the cases, and it really bothers me actually because I started collecting them at the beginning when there are red cases. But Brett Eklund and John Phil Bly, you're not going to pick that up. And now to the controversial. I needed one more Pete Walker film in my collection. I'm a massive Pete Walker fan. So I see this here. House Along Shadows. I'm like, I need this movie. I need this one in my collection. And I think it's got a commentary. But I look at it, I'm like, okay, it looks fine, right? It's Blu-ray logo right there. House Along Shadows is there. It's got all the stuff you expect. And I touch it. I'm like, that seems a little rougher than expected, right? And I don't think there's BDRs for these releases. However, look at this. For the uninitiated, this is a BDR. So I don't think this is a legit title because unless it came from a company that like legit sell BDRs, and I know there are some, I looked up online last night after, or is that there are some Spanish companies that, much like the Warner Archive releases, do have some BDRs. So I have to check out and see if this is one that is okay, I guess it is legit. You can see, it just says Blu-ray, actually says Blu-ray R on there. So it is, it's a BDR, but it's a legit BDR. That's good to know. So no features on it or anything like that. But still, good to have in my collection. And it got me thinking. Like, it really got me thinking. Hey there, Malcolm. Because a lot of these releases, they're only 5 year-olds, were featureless, right? This here, loaded with features, book, all the type of thing. So when I'm picking up stuff, even at a cheap price, and I'm picking up like The Prophecy or Pound 2 or something like that, to actually, and knowing that I can go to Fnac and I'm going to go to get like some movies that I know are going to have like, will have features, or there could be like 4Ks and all that type of stuff, that it makes me realize the difference between buying a movie for the features and buying a movie because you want the movie. And so everything that I picked up yesterday was legit because I wanted the movie. And as a curator, Ghost Story, I love Ghost Story, it's a favorite of mine. That's a freeing experience. Hey, and ready, welcome, man. That's a freeing experience when you realize, okay, I can pick up stuff and, and just like really like, not because it's got like 7 discs and it's like $80 from Severin or Vinegar Syndrome or something like that, but just enjoying a movie for the movie, not because there's a bunch of other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love my bells and whistles. You'll find that out. When I go back to Morocco and I show you the stuff that I got, a couple releases have some pretty amazing bells and whistles. two in particular that come from two different boutique labels. One is a modern film, modern horror film. I wish Malcolm was joining me in Malaga. He'd be very welcome. Um, and one that's an 80s classic that I've only ever had on DVD and is some features that I think are genius. And by features, I mean like extra bonus things. Uh, One that's real, I got a modern day trilogy that comes with the red cases that I love so much from the 80 film slasher classics original days. Um, I'm going to keep them in the red cases, but now I have extra red cases too. So that's kind of cool. Almost, it would have been 10 euros cheaper because there was two copies of it there. I might have bought it twice just for the extra cases and like gave the other ones to a friend. But it was uh, it was quite the experience. I even picked up something that was non-horror. I might reveal a couple. I'm trying to be I'm trying not to reveal everything, but it depends on you guys. Like if you guys want me to just reveal them now as opposed to waiting for Morocco, we can do that too. Um, because I'm a better half's resting up. Um, so we can do whatever you guys want to do. If you want me to reveal them, I can reveal them. We can go through them all. And I'll leave the unboxing of them until we get to Morocco. So we'll do that. Maybe a board game. You want a board game? So I'll tell you the very last one we picked up. So there's ones that we're looking around for. First, I'll show you the bag that came in, because it's really freaking cool. Hey, hey, I love visiting Mexico, actually. I love to go to Chichen Itza. So if you're a board game fan, you're gonna love that. So, especially I get a lot of horror fans in here. This is the 2-player hidden person game. And it is called Mr. Jack. Which is, of course, hello Robert, about Jack the Ripper. 16 characters in total. One of whom is the infamous Ripper. It is such a cool little game. I'm a massive horror fan, dude. And truly had to pick it up. You know, Mr. Jack, awesome. I'll show you one more in board games. And I'll show you some movie stuff. I'll show you some movie stuff tonight. I was picked up Caper Europe. What is Caper Europe? It's part of the Caper series. Hire a crew of thieves, equip them with gear, take on the role of mastermind, and pull off capers across Europe. It's a fun release. Actually, I like the new Strangers movie. I know a lot of people didn't know. But I enjoy it. I'm a big fan of Melon Patch as well. I say wait till they're all finished because it's a trilogy, an ongoing film. It's like one big film broken into 3 parts. Like but yeah, we'll do reveals for the films. I got horror and non-horror, so we'll start with the favorite horror movie of all time. I get asked this one a bit, but I never tire of answering it. The movie that made me study films, because I don't just love movies, I study movies. And that's Black Christmas from 1974 by Bob Clark. The way that was shot and the way that was edited made me want to know behind the camera. Made me want to know that, that tracking shot at the beginning of Black Christmas, where it kind of just comes up and into the house from that was just whatever. Do a film theory book when I feel I have enough. I've had the right thoughts on it. Yes. uh, but what do you think the remake? Oh, not so much a remake, as it's a kind of a combination, sort of the two films together with a strong emphasis on the original Strangers, kind of going into more of the slashery, darker stuff. It's nice to see Rennie Harlan back doing doing horror again. Got to start, of course, with Never Names Before. So good to see him back doing that. It's gonna be interesting to see what his vision is for the whole thing. Well, I'm like 53, man, and I haven't even got started yet. So age means nothing when it comes to this stuff, especially when talking about horror and stuff like that. Most of the guys that did a lot of that stuff are kind of the older ones, right? All right, let's look at, since I'm a Gen Xer, let's look at a very Gen X movie that I picked up today. And one of the Gen X movies, actually. Well, I had to work, man. Well, I got to put food on the table, right? Um, from Real One Entertainment, here in Spain, I picked up the collector's edition of Reality Bites. So I am a massive fan of this movie. Have been like since it came out. Dan DeVito actually produced this film, directed by Ben Stiller, who plays a massive jerk in the movie, actually. There's a ton of features on here as well. There's a 32-page booklet in here. And was really excited to grab this. So had to pick up Reality Bites. I went in getting to get mostly horror and stuff like that. Amazing stuff. Murder by Decree and Black Christmas share that scare, eye scare. You know what I mean? So I had to grab this one. That was a must. That was a must-have. I'll leave the Spanish horror to last. Also, when I was going along, I saw this and I put it in the pile right away because I do like the new ones. The first one was particularly brutal. The third one's really tame compared to the other two, but it's like a mushroom. Yeah, exactly. I just dug the hell out of this, and this is, of course, the I Spit in Your Grave, the modern day trilogy. And as you can see, we got those cool red cases. Almost looks like an Arrow type logo, right? The Aerodrome logos, if you guys ever collected any of those. And all these have features and stuff on them here, so see the. And I remember going on I think Tubi about a year or so ago to try and watch some of this stuff. House of Dark launch as the official Spain Blu-ray BDR. Thank you, Alan. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. So I was really excited to get this. Gotta love the cover, man. Just saying. Let's see. Let's do these in different orders. All right. For you guys who like Hammer horror, I had to get at least one Hammer horror because they do amazing stuff for Hammer horror here in Spain. And this is the last Frankenstein film, Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. So, had to get this one. These here are super cheap, by the way. Huge Hammer fan. Oh, this is the goriest like Frankenstein film. Had to pick that up. I was gonna go back and pick up 7 Golden Vampires at CX, but in all honesty, I feel like I got everything kind of that I wanted, and I don't want to mess it up by just grab that one extra. I feel like you get in that spot where like, okay, everything I wanted I got and a little bit more. So let's be grateful for what I got and just enjoy the rest of the trip. I don't want to go back to stores or anything like that. Um, okay, story behind the next one. I was in St. John's. It was my second year of collecting, going back to collecting again. And Synapse had a sale. I wish you would have been. So Synapse has this massive sale, and we order over $300 worth of stuff from Synapse, with the key thing being I really wanted to get The Stepfather, and Synapse put it out. It wasn't on Blu-ray or anything, that was a DVD release, but it was early in my collecting, I just wanted to have the movie. Because I was a massive fan of Stepfather, I always liked it, I never owned it. So we go to put the order through, it doesn't go through. So we try 2 or 3 different ways, we go through PayPal, we go through the cards, there's nothing wrong on our side, so this has to be something wrong on the Synapse side of things. So we try to contact Synapse for like the entirety of the sale. And they never get back. To this very day, they've never gotten back to us. So they lost the $300 plus sale that day. And I lost the chance to get to own Stepfather. Till now. So here is the Blu-ray of the original The Stepfather. And I'm just so excited to own it. I'm pretty sure this is like just no features or anything like that. I just want the movie, man. I just want to have this in my collection because I just love this movie so much. It is just such a brutal film. I was going to, but they're kind of out of the way for this trip. But you know, next time I come back to Spain, I definitely will. That's number one. That's the first one. I don't want to get the second one too. I like the second one because it's like, you know, it's insane. But I love the insanity of the second one too. And you know, who doesn't love Priscilla Barnes? Stepfather 3 was probably, I'm not sure what the rights issues are with Stepfather 3. Now, the guy in Stepfather 3, as you know, you're going to know Alan, had a big crush on Joe Scholl, me too, man. It was the guy that took over for John by the Waltons. So, not a bad choice. Okay, so this is one I remember watching on DVD. I used to have the book, and this is Watchers. So Dean Koontz Watchers. So it stars Corey Feldman, like Corey Feldman, rest in peace. And it was on sale. It was like for 13. It was like 16 here. But I really like this one. Michael Ironside kills it in this movie. If you know, you know. Because, Michael Ironside. That Michael Ironside scene, guys. That Michael Ironside scene. All right. For my fans of modern horror. For my fans of modern horror. When I went to Canada, just after this movie came out, I looked for it everywhere, and I looked for the Blu-ray, I looked for the 4K, I looked for it, but couldn't find it. Finally, I had to get, like, there was one DVD left at a Walmart, and I grabbed it because I was just, okay, I'm done looking. I just want to see the movie. So I grabbed it. It was like $10 Canadian. But when I saw this, so I know this is not one for everybody. I'm a fan, so I had to pick it up. Dame Leon's Terrifier 2, the collector's edition. It's done in this amazing VHS looking case. I'm very careful how I show it. It has like a kind of VHS like sticker on there. It has, of course, the Blu-ray, the DVD. It has the CD soundtrack. It has art cards. There is a Art the Clown patch in it as well. There's a double-sided poster. It's loaded with stuff, and this is gonna be my friends will be unboxing to watch for on my channel. Because what I want to do is be able to unbox things because I'm lucky enough, I'm blessed enough to be able to go to different places, go to different countries, go different areas. To I'm blessed enough to be able to do that. So if I can bring like certain films and releases to you guys that you've never seen before, then I want to be able to do that. It's also why I picked up the latest collection Fantatera. Le Carnival della Beasties, the pig, or otherwise known for in North America as the human beast, one of the better Nashi Nunwara films. On the very first Scream Factory Nashi box set, but to get this one here with like the moving in with the black case, it looks like there's two books in this one. So I'm actually really intrigued to see what the second book is. Is it like a catalog for the films? Is it maybe like a picture booklet? Like is it a comic book? You know, who knows? We're gonna find out when I get back to Morocco. So really intrigued to check this one out. So Human Beast, it's a great little one. It starts off as a heist film, and it quickly turns into a horror film. So this is two collection Fantateras, and I'm so excited to have them. I didn't expect them to even remotely have one there. Okay. Let's show you the 1/4K that I got. Because you guys know me and my sandy with stuff. So here we go. I had to pick up Barry Gordy's classic film, The Last Dragon. It is such an insane film. It was on 4K for an extremely cheap price. I could not pick this up, guys. 4K Blu-ray with the commentary, by the way, on here as well. It's not just 4K, it calls it Disco 4K and Disco Blu-ray, which, you know, is if you don't have this one, guys, this shown up. You gotta love shown up, right? You need it in your collection. You do, you need it in your collection. And we thought that was like the last batshit insane thing I was gonna get. Oh no. No. Because I also picked up another movie that I had on my movie list during that Snap sale that didn't go through. Attack the Deadly Spawn. Oh, that must have been so cool watching that at driving, man. That is such a cool film. So this is a really cool cover for Attack the Deadly Spawn. I had to grab this. Yeah, 1983 classic. Deadly Spawn. Yep, it's the Deadly Spawn from 1983. Creature right there. A fun little creature feature, low budget one. I've always wanted to own it, but I never have. So my better half, we saw this one here. Pretty sure there's a Mystery Science Theater. I don't know if I got Mystery Science Theater one or not. I'm pretty sure this is Mystery Science Theater too. But how could we not? How could we turn down Slithers? Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this cover. Look at this cover. Again, so it's a monster movie from 1978. We'll find out. Maybe this will end up on one of my like Patreon watch things. 2 more to go. Severin put out their edition of it, which I did not get. And they put out a nice 4K of it too. And I'm glad I didn't get it because I just found the media book, digibook, whatever you want to call it, for Alexia Iglesias, Perdita Durango. And man, did I ever get excited to see this and realize that it is in English. So super cool to see this one. Yeah, Rosie Perez. I actually do have some Mosquito. Classic film, by the way. And the one I'm probably most excited about, last but not least, from Real One Entertainment. And if you've never seen Real One Pictures, you really should look at the releases. It's a Spanish company, and they put out some really amazing stuff. And probably the one I'm most excited to unbox for you guys, because the stuff in here is incredible. This is Psycho 2. But not just any Psycho 2, the truly ultimate collector's edition Psycho 2. Not only do you get Psycho 2 on Blu-ray and a whole I don't even want to tell you what stuff is, but there's a whole bunch of stuff in here I want to show you guys. So this will get its own video, 100% get its own video. But among the features that are included on this here is the full feature-length documentary, Psycho Legacy, which Scream Factory put out as its own release. I know because I got it on DVD when it came out. So the entire Psycho Legacy is on here, along with a whole ton of other features and a whole bunch of other things as well. Psycho 2 and 3, actually, I like Psycho. Like, I like them all. But if I was to rank them, because I consider 4 as well, right? Then it's Psycho 2 is my favorite. Then probably this is gonna be sacrilege. I do apologize. Psycho 2, 4, 3, and 1. And I flip back between 4 and 3 on a regular basis. But I've always liked Psycho 2 best. This has always been my favorite. And I just love the way that this is done. I think Meg Tilly is really good. They got a great chemistry together. And the stuff in this release is insane. Now this here box is kind of shaking, so I gotta open it up. Because I don't want to have my disc get like a... And I know it looks just like a regular release. And people are like, what's so exciting about that Psycho release? You know, it's just Psycho, right? It's just Psycho 2. You'll see. Trust me, you'll see. Make sure this... Hey there, William, welcome, man. I do apologize. Oh, let me just put me here for a second. Let's take this out of the case. Yep, this was coming loose. I knew that. Always check your discs, by the way, guys. I want to make sure. So. Here are the different things. See if there's anything I can show you. I won't show you everything right now, but I will show you this is kind of neat. There's cards here, and they're done like movie pictures. There's a track list for the CD. Yeah, the compact disc had been come loose. One thing I can show you is have these two artworks on the inside to kind of to show like the old school VHS tapes. So there's this one right here. And there's this one right here. This is an amazing release. This is an incredible release. Okay. So on the inside, see that? See the blood splatter on the inside of the box? It's those attention to details that you love, right? Just those great attention to details. I mean, probably, but I don't remember which one. I'm actually eagerly like awaiting a Terrifier 3, the Christmas one that's being done. But man, I'm so excited to have this. It's definitely the price here, the things that I picked up today. And I kept, because I was kept the price down on everything. Like I bought like, because I didn't want to buy a lot, and I wanted to get stuff that I really wanted. And I wanted to get stuff that, well, customer international, I want to be able to show you guys stuff from different places in the world. So anytime I go to a place and go to a different country, I like to go into a shop and at least grab one boutique label release from from that specific country. I showed you guys Carlotta and some of the other stuff when I was in Paris, and I got to show you two different, like, well, no, three different labels here in Spain, and I'm actually very excited about that. It's been a wonderful trip. I didn't plan to show you those movies tonight, but I'm glad I did, because it meant a lot to me. Those movies mean a lot to me, because they're titles that a lot of them have I have a personal connection with, and it's like, it seems silly for some film to have a personal connection with the film, but I do. Other opening this channel for 12 years if I didn't, and that I got them with my better half in Spain, and she was there with me, and we looked together, and she, because often like I'll go and I'll pick up movies myself, and she'll just be kind of like waiting type of thing. But she actually looked with me, and we looked at stuff together, and it was exciting, it was fun. She actually found Slithis, which that's gonna be quite the experience. I'm not gonna, Slithis is gonna be quite the experience. I look forward to reviewing that film. If I can get my better half on, then I might do get her in the review, because that'd be fun. And then finding stuff like I wasn't even looking at the 4K, so I figured 4Ks is just all mainstream stuff, right? So I didn't even want to look. And I didn't. My better half was looking through them. And she said, oh, look. And she puts up The Last Dragon. Are you serious? I said, that's got one, I had no idea it had a 4K release. Two, I didn't expect to find it here. It's one of the last thing I expected to find. But it was something different. I got, like you saw, I got a lot of horror, got a lot of some science fiction, that type of stuff. So it's nice to have like stuff like Reality Bites and stuff like The Last Dragon, something different, like titles kind of that my better half's gonna watch with me. She'll watch The Last Dragon. She'll watch Reality Bites. We're only in Spain for a few days. We're going back on Saturday, so we get 2 more days here. So we plan to go to the beach tomorrow night, and then we're gonna do some touristy stuff. I think on Friday. I want to go to the Picasso Museum. I know she's not big on that. Like, I'm gonna try to convince her to go with me, and we just want to go to. There's this. It's like a castle, and I don't think you can go inside. You can only go there during the outside area. But I kind of want to go and check that out. So really looking forward to that. It's gorgeous. Spain is a gorgeous area, as you guys know. Some of you guys have been here. But just being in here in Malaga, like, it's 2 places I've been this year now. My birthday, I got to go to Paris for the first time, and here I'm getting to go to Spain for the first time. So I'm very lucky. I have like, very lucky. I'm very blessed to be able to do that. It's not something that I could normally do. It's not something that I could do 15 years ago, but or even 20 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago. But because I live where I live, it means that it's very inexpensive to take a flight over to Spain, over to Paris, or areas like that, and do stuff. Show you guys some stuff. So I don't take for granted. That's why I don't take any of you guys for granted. Because life's short, guys. Enjoy it. Uh, don't take anything for granted. Just be so happy that you get to do the stuff you get to do, no matter what it is. That's a bit of more of a more that's the most expensive of the flights. We were going to go to we thought about going to England this year, but it looks like we're not going to get to it till next year. Malcolm was here for a minute, but he took off on us. He but he had to go do some stuff, I guess. But yeah, I'm super stoked. I've got a Hammer film. I I've got the Stepfather finally. I got Watchers. That scene in Watchers. Oh no, no, it was just on. It was here, like chatting in the chat. Um, the scene in Watchers, where basically they're just. I don't want to give anything away, but because there's this creature in Watchers that's killing people, and it's alluded to that there might be a second. And when you get the reveal, if you know, you know, right? Making pick collages of Leonard Maltin reviews. You do some interesting stuff, Maddie. I gotta have you back on this soon, by the way. Um, I there's a few things coming up in the next little while that I really want to be able to do. I'm very excited about getting some stuff done, and I'm on like the lower streamer tier right now, but that's okay because it means that I get to work with a lot more work a lot more into some interesting stuff and do some different type videos. And I'm sure by now uh, there's like subscription sloth and stuff like that where things got to do on the videos. I just got to check something right here. Okay. Sometimes these here like cream. Yeah, Watchers, Firstborn, Silver Bullet, Bench Foods. What have you eaten? Well, I had what did I have today? It was Spanish. I guess Spanish like pasta. I had kind of a carbonaro del sore. Uh, so it's like it's a carbonaro with like kind of big pieces of back bacon, and it's got chorizo sausage, like kind of sliced throughout it. And I hadn't had chorizo before, sausage. It was a bit spicy, but it was good. It was really good. And I've been trying to like push myself to try different things when I go to a different country, and I have tried at least one different food. Uh, we went out for a walk actually earlier. It's after 12 here now. We went for a walk both nights. We went for a walk last night. We went and we sat under the stars and just watched the stars. And my better half sat down. We just like chatted for a bit. And last night, tonight we went out, but there was a big party going on because kids in the school just down from us, they just finished. And so the parents and the kids had this little party down there, just down the street from us, and there was like music playing, and there was like parents and kids and stuff. So place where we got to sit down yesterday, it was crowded tonight. But we just walked past there. I had to go get a drink too. So I had to go pick some cola. Because I'm almost out of my Holo Cola. So, and can't. If we were younger, I'm sure we'd be going out. We'd be out like now. We'd be out at a bar somewhere. But I'm 53 years old. Like somebody came in earlier, and they're like, you're like your grandfather, and I'm like, you're damn right, I'm like your grandfather. I feel like a great grandfather. I feel like a great grandfather. um, I think sometimes people think like, oh, that's going to offend somebody. Like, no, dude. I'm not young. I take pride in the fact that I'm older. I've already had Spanish rice, so that's not too bad. But I had to have because didn't have that sausage, and I'm not a big meat person, so um, it was different. I would like to get out. I would like to go out someplace and just for a drink, maybe have mojito. Um, oh, do you guys want to see the shorts I got for the beach? You are not ready for this. Okay. Here's the thing. If you've never been on my channel before and you don't know that don't, I have no care in like what I wear. I will wear whatever I like. If something catches my fancy. So Hind and me are going through Primark. And you guys ready for this? I want to get something unique for so these are my shorts for the beach. My spicy chili shorts. See, a lot of guys would have problems wearing that, right? Not me. I don't care. So, had to get a cool hat for that. So I got my Nirvana hat. And don't worry, if I tire of the Nirvana portion of the hat, it's reversible. Yep. Never mind, I like that. But yeah, no. When it comes to like trying on, like putting on, wearing, just crazy stuff. Yeah. It's very much a me thing to do. But I got a bunch of clothes here anyway, and I got a lemon shirt. Literally, it's a yellow shirt with like lemons on it. And I found this like cool, like pair of like they're jeans, but it's like to cut tours. Actually, really kind of cool. But they look like sweatpants, and they even got like a drawstring to make it even look more. But they're jeans. But they're like jean. So when I first saw them, like that's kind of, and I got like a kind of a grayish pair to make it even look more like sweatpants. If it's good brand hats and bucket hats will look good. And yeah, there we go. Thank you, man. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get those. made me think of, like, remember, okay, if you're in, maybe not wrestling, but if you are, there's a guy named Orange Cassidy. And he wrestles in like those type of things. He wears like, looks like, kind of like jean looking sweatpants looking jeans. Because he always, puts his hands in his pockets to do wrestling moves, which is insane. Insanely dangerous, actually. Um, hey there, Josephine, welcome. And let's see, can I show you? Hold on. So it's night. It's pretty quiet on the street. Malaga. Also found the perfect bread for me. No crust, so I don't have to like. My dad used to like tease me because I used to hate. Well, I think it's gonna get me in trouble, okay? No, I'm not gonna lie. The women here are insanely beautiful. Like they're, obviously there's like regular, like as well. Like it's a mixture, and there's tourists and all that type of stuff too. But I'll be lying yeah, no, there's a reason you see movies and you see like Spanish women and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. But you get like uh the kind of the tall looking Spanish guys as well, right? So you got gorgeous women and they have their most of the time they're good looking like tall, Spanish boyfriends with them. So but yeah, it's one layer for that. I love the fact we got like air conditioning here. I haven't turned it on yet. I haven't needed to. Went to bed last night, put in my earphones to listen to a podcast. This new Inside You by Michael Rosenbaum. The episode with Kevin Smith, who has the best attitude that I've ever seen, like, and heard. And I inspired me more like Kevin Smith. Recent watches, The Knack, and how to get it nice. The Man Who Thought Life, Cutthroat Island, and Ravenous. Good ones. Ravenous is a hard watch now when you know about Jeffrey Jones, right? But still a really good movie. Our most recent watch was Life and Chemistry, actually. I watched the first two episodes of Life and Chemistry, The Apple Show, with stars Brie Larson. It is insanely good. And I did not know where that was going. Did he eat cactus? Yeah. No, I did not eat cactus. I didn't know you could eat cactus. But I know there's a cactus drink. But no, I definitely did not do that. Conjure on Eden Rice. I would like to say I'm reading any good books recently. I've had a couple solicited my way that if I go to review them, I'll definitely be reading because for some reason I probably get solicited books. Agaves from cactus. Okay, then I've had agave. I get solicited books almost as much or more than I do films. I am excited though because Mill Creek contacted me and they let me know that after months upon months, and you guys know if you look at my Twitter, there's new Ultraman coming out. And that is kind of exciting because for the last 6-8 months now, Ultraman has been like these kind of like anniversary compilations, which have been really fun and cool. But it's like, okay, I guess they're done with the Ultraman. They don't have any more like ones to release. So Ultramantasia is coming out, which came out in 2020. So that's kind of a newer one. It was exciting to see that get announced. And a movie called Deer Hunter Camp, 1986, which looks to be a horror film that I don't know much about. I wasn't aware that it was a thing. But now I definitely gonna be able to check it out and let you guys know what I kind of like doubters. That's oh nice. Um, I'll let you know what I think. So yeah, I got some stuff coming from Mill Creek as well, and I got I got Madam Web from Sony, so I still got to do the review. I did like sort of a kind of review on it, but I don't have it like put up yet. But if you haven't seen it, it's more of an interesting watch than a lot of people lead you to believe. So there's that. You know, all the housekeeping stuff you have to do when you have a channel, right? But obviously, I'm in Spain. What I'm doing, this is my 4 days. I plan not to make any videos at all, and just like take footage. But I thought, you know what? Tonight's a nice night to sit back and talk to you guys, like chat from Spain, and say, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where the channel is. This is what's going on. Several announcements as they're coming through. You know, the first one was a big one. Second two, I'm gonna be honest, not so much. Second release, I was like kind of mad. The third release, I was like, oh, all right. So far it's been Opera and 4K, and I worry it's gonna be overpriced. And I understand why they gotta price it as high as they do, and like I know that it is getting to that like aspect of like basically it's getting harder for companies to put out releases like that. Like it's expensive to do 4Ks. But then again, I just bought The Last Dragon for like under $20 on 4K. So, yeah, on 4K. I'm in Spain now, actually. This is an Airbnb that we're staying at in Malaga, Spain. So when we get the chance, when we get like chance of vacation, like take a couple days, we don't do very often. But I got to go to Paris earlier, and now we're in Spain. Only for a few days, so we're going back on Saturday. And I'll have some unboxings to do there. Earlier on in the video hiccup, I actually showed off some movies that I got here in Spain, and from companies that were like Spanish boutique labels. Because it's important to me at a time when there's so much like negativity in the collecting space. See, I love Paris. I thought this was going to be like, and I got to Paris, I fell in love with it. Uncle Jess? Yeah, my dad has the version actually. Has a Kino Lorber version. That's where I saw it at first. Yeah, but when you go there, it's, I fell in love with Paris, I really did. Like, I was told all kinds of negative things about Paris. Jess Franco, oh my God, really? I have a Jess Franco like shirt on my channel, in my merch store. I'm gonna have to upgrade that now. Make a new Jess Franco shirt. I wish I could have found a Jess Franco movie here. That would be nice. Food Guys, Empire of the Ants, etc. from Kino if you have the shirt releases. If we've got shirt releases, you don't need them. Because you already got them. And you'd just be, you know, because it's a Kino call release. Like, you mean if you got the shirt releases in Blu-ray? Are you upgrading from a DVD to a Blu-ray, or is it just a Blu-ray to Blu-ray? It's a Blu-ray to Blu-ray, you don't need it. Food the Gods, I really liked. I thought it was a really fun film. Empire of the Ants, I liked. I didn't like it as much as Food the Gods. Food the Gods 2 is okay as well, though I don't think that one's getting any like decent release anytime soon. But if you don't have them, if you only got them on like I upgraded a couple like DVD releases to the Blu-ray recently, And I think if the price is right, go for it if you're upgrading from DVD to Blu-ray. If not, uh, I'd say wait. Because like I got the, the 200 disc ones, like you were talking about. But like I picked up like Tentacles, the other one that came with that one. So I picked up those, and I know they got like single releases. You gotta like the film. So if you got like you got the double disc, you got a double feature of it, and y- it's a film, and you find yourself going back to that film, like a bit, you're like, oh man, I like this film. And if there's more features and you want to find out more about the film, but if it's just the same film, just on different discs, I'd say wait. Actually, I'm not a fan of Solar Babies. I got to rewatch it. But the first time I saw Solar Babies, I was like a teenager. I was massively disappointed in the film. Massively disappointed in Solar Babies out. So I know it's like has a different name, title over in Europe, but when I saw it, it was called Solar Babies. But I maybe I got to rewatch it because the film itself, like as it was described to me when I was a teenager, it seemed like something I would be totally for. And then I started watching it, I was bored in my mind. But then again, you get times when you watch the movie, and you're like, maybe it's not the right time to watch it. So I'll give it another chance. Let's move over to the couch. I'm gonna have to rewatch this again, This is a long movie too. Not a short film, it's 130 minutes. Anybody actually live in Europe know about Screenbox? I don't actually. I've got free umbrella titles since they changed their the guy that they had working for them. So initially, what Hiccup's talking about is I used to review, and I'll see if you guys know this, uh, for Umbrella, and it was me. There's a few of us, and I remember I was talking to like Heath from Sir at Midnight, and we were like, we hadn't heard from Umbrella in a while. What's going on? And so we both reached out, and we waited and we waited. So finally I heard back. And it was like, okay, we got a new person in kind of like in public relations, distribution, whatever, for doing that. And at the time he said, well, right now we're only gonna be given to like, we've changed the parameters, that's what they said, of who gets releases. And much like Kino downtime, like because you don't hit that number or you don't have a website, we, for now, you won't be getting any releases from Umbrella. So I was very disappointed. I got a lot of the burnt screen stuff. I used to love the burnt screen stuff. And Heath, He's going to make the cut. He's Serial Midnight, man. It's a big jam. But yeah, a bunch of us didn't make the cut. And that was it was a bit of a bummer. But I was moving to Morocco. So at the time, so ironically, it kind of worked out because I was going to tell them, okay, I'm moving. I may not be able to review things the way that I did before. Maybe we'll cancel for a bit. But it worked out for Mill Creek and it worked out for Sony because I was able to still like review stuff. I don't review a lot for Sony. Just it's a rare Sony release that I do review for. Not a lot of stuff. But Hiccup's talking about Sunburnt Screen, which is like an Australian sublabel of of Umbrella, and it's one of my favorite sublabels, and nobody else was pushing them the way I was pushing them. I really like the Sunburnt Screen releases, and they made a mistake. You'd be in trouble for buying the release. Why? Because is because is your spouse not like Terrifier 2? Or is it just because it's a big release? See, he didn't pick this one up for me. I initially wasn't going to grab it. Oh, the Mahalka. Yeah, she's a big fan of like the Bollywood stuff. So really, what it is, it's Bollywood Nightmare on Elm Street. So when we went to Paris, I picked her up the Bollywood Mon Macabre horror set because she loves Bollywood stuff, especially the Bollywood horror stuff. She finds it like really fun to watch. So Mahalka was the one that I picked up for her then. But yeah, I was gonna grab this, but I had to. I had to. This this is the one to be here for. I kid you not. This looks like it's a regular release. This is an incredibly loaded release of stuff. And I am so looking forward to showing you guys what's on this one. There's a lot of stuff in that one. So see, when anybody tells you that physical media is dying or physical media is dead, you have to look beyond the scope of their backyard and realize that not only is physical media not dead, but it is thriving, and we're seeing companies, not just in North America, not just in the UK, but in Paris, in Spain, in Germany, all across the world, putting out these amazing releases. And some of these releases are not cheap releases either. They're like some pretty, um, you know, insanely great releases. Australia puts out great releases like Umbrella, just Hiccup just mentioned. Um, so when people say, "Oh, well, there's no physical media," it's your favorite. Oh, you have got to be this. The stuff that's in this one, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this because there's a lot of cool things, bonuses in this, and this includes Circle Legacy, by the way, and ready. Circle Legacy is the full documentary is on here. Indonesian Super. I really want that actually, because I have seen it back in the day, but that's like Turkish Star Wars. It's Turkish Star Wars too. But yeah, I love those Indonesian films. They're insanely fun. And if ever got a good release, that's like Dev Adam 3, kind of the evil Spider Man. Parsnip, I haven't heard from him in a while. He used to do stuff for a long time. Jace, I think Jace doesn't Jace still do so. Me and Jace, we did so Jace did because he's a massive Bond fan, right? He did a Bond video with me, and we were going to get together to do like a spaghetti western one. And I hadn't the odds, it was all on me. Jace was ready anytime, and I said I gotta watch. I gotta like. It's been a while since I've seen some spaghetti westerns. Uh, I kind of want to like see. I want to see more westerns before we do it. And I just dragged my feet on it, and I guess Jace gave up on me after a while, and I don't blame him. So Jace, if you ever watch this, I'm really sorry, because that was video was supposed to have been done, and it was totally on me. Well, it's not Jace. Jace was already ready to do it, um, but I think he's still around. Got to show the board games. No, I'm showing more board games when I go to. When I start doing the unboxing, they'll start to show more board games. Uh, so Mr. Jack was the one I showed tonight, and Caper Europe, but there's some more. That's some cool ones. So you didn't see all the board games. There's going to be some cool board games to show. I haven't got the Harbor Wars one yet. I've got the Harbor Wars one. I don't have Thumb Wars either. Takeaway. Uh, I want some. I don't know if I want. I When you go into excess baggage, we're gonna need a new suitcase. So I gotta buy a suitcase. Oh yeah, definitely buy a suitcase. Yeah, so it's kind of we don't. And we came over here on Ryanair. So if you don't know what Ryanair is, congratulations on that flying crappy airlines. But if you do, my my salutations to you, I guess. But yeah, second shoe in that shop. So it is a great store. And I think it's called like Play Games or something like that. Something like very, I'll find it for sure. Because they were a really great place. There was one that she was looking for. I won't say it because they are like it's like the super cheap, but you feel it's super cheap. Okay. Hen was like, never again, never again. This is the last time. Oh, 100, actually under $100 for us. So like, when I say it cost me less to go to Spain than it would be for me to like get on a bus in Newfoundland to go from like Corner Brook to St. John's. I wasn't joking. It was insanely cheap. And, which left us is, be able to. It's the thing. I mean, it's changed. I don't remember Louisburg. I do apologize, like, because there's a lot of channels out there. Uh, but when we first started, when my better half, so she encouraged me, and I wasn't sure about doing it. So I didn't even watch YouTube at the time I started making YouTube videos. Like to be totally honest with you, I was not a fan. Yeah, I became a fan, but there was one, and me and him watched it together like religiously. And I do not for the life remember the name. But every week he would show releases. But a lot of people would show releases. But the way that he did it, uh, it was different. And within 2 weeks of me starting, he had given up. See, this is how long it's been for me for this some type of this stuff. Unfortunately, the collaboration channel did not work out. There was issues and grams stuff you don't care about. Um, so we ended up like just going our separate ways, doing stuff like that. And I wish no ill will to anybody ever. I don't think my life is way too short for that. Hopefully, they're all doing good. Um, I really, really seriously hope that every single one of them is doing, is not living their best life. Um, what do you say? Collecting has become controversial. I don't know so much controversial as it's become. Uh, I want to do in-depth reviews. We're setting up for me to be able to do that. One of the very first things that I said I wanted to do when it came to Morocco was rather than being somebody, yeah, not just about your pickups, like that just gets releases. Like obviously, Keg, I can't be the pickup channel. I'm not a pickup channel anymore. Because here's the thing: how often do you get to see me show you pickups? What, once every 3 to 6 months? Sometimes even longer than that. Like exactly that, and I find that extremely boring for me. It's not a me. Like there's people like that's their thing. There's people that have out and abouts. That's their channel. That's their thing. There's people that do like pickups, and that's their thing. For me, there's got to be more. There's people that like I mean myself have done like the sale videos, and that's their thing. But for me, I'm in a time and a place right now where I can sit back and like finally enjoy the films that I like, um, and that I own, rather than like just pick up ones that I'm not going to get to watch or I'm not going to watch for a long time. And I do want to stress because I have wanted to. It's become a thing on my. Thank you, Kate. It's become a thing for me that I have a bit of, and I've spoken with friends about this. It's not so much. It's not guilt, but confliction. In that a lot of channels get stuck on the FOMO, and I've heard of people that are buying movies and buying too many movies and buying movies that they can't pay the rent, they're not eating, like stuff like that. And I do not want to ever like see anybody that Mill Creek still does. I got my July things from them. Actually, I mentioned them earlier. Um, I never want to see anybody on my channel be in that situation. Well, I'm very glad to be put into the Tarantino category. Um, yeah, you can't buy everything. And that's why when I went to buy stuff this time, I was like, I'm getting movies that I like. I'm getting movies I want to review Watchers. When I review Watchers, uh, I'll be I'll be reviewing this as somebody that's also read the book, and I'll be able to do the comparison with that as well. Um, I want to bring in some people sometimes for different reviews. So I have so I want to get my brother-in-law actually, Gilles, he knows a lot. Well, like he watches a lot of movies. Um, so I want to be able to like bring people in to kind of like just to help balance some reviews, like to give my thoughts on it, but sometimes bring other people in around me that can give like either a different or opinion or a different outlook on the film. Sukiyaki Western Django. I remember that film actually. I used to have that. I'm not sure if I still got. I got to check see if I still got it. Um, but I want to be able to, and I said this about a year and a half ago, and I got sidetracked. Where I almost gave up my channel. What my ideal thing for my channel is, I'll still like cover sales when sales happen, the big things happen. I'll still do my unboxings and my international out and abouts when I get to do those every once in a while. Um, but being able to like focus on films and being able to review films and look at different genres. And I added something on there recently where basically it was just a short, like a 3-minute video where I look at a label from another country and kind of highlight that. Because I want things, I mean, there's a word that we use behind the scenes, YouTubers use, and it's called evergreen. And anytime you see a video that's, okay, these are the movies that came out this week, right? Or this is a movie that, here's my thoughts on this movie that came out like 10 days ago, or this movie in the theater here. They're great spikes, and that means that they get initial like watches. Exactly, it's frustrating when you show a film, but then you don't ever talk about it again. Um, so I don't want to get overwhelmed. That's why like, I could go out and buy like another 20 films, but I ain't doing that. I got what I got, and that's what I got. And I'm actually kind of excited about that fact, because I got enough films here that it's enjoying next couple of weeks, but nothing that's too overwhelming that I can't just sit back and watch it. But yeah, for evergreen is a word that basically means they're videos that you don't have to do great when they initially come out, but they're videos that can gain traction and more people see them through over the lifespan of your channel. So rarely like you'll see like a live video or a unboxing video, unless it's an unboxing something really interested in. Be something that's like truly like an evergreen. But reviews, talking about, Girls, Guns, G-Strings, the Mill Creek set from Andy Sedaris, or doing reviews on certain titles, those are in the thousands. Um, I got like, I picked up this Vinegar Syndrome stuff this month, or I got like this monthly package, and those can be in the hundreds or less sometimes. So that's become a very important part of the channel. And hopefully you guys will like it and enjoy it as I go through, because I want to be able to bring things into it that in a different way than other people do. I don't want to just do the same style or type review that other people have done. For instance, I can do a longer form review on my channel, and when I get a new release that comes in for me from, like, say, from a Sony or Mill Creek or something like that, then on my TikTok, for instance, I'm English. I would love to know Spanish. Antonio, love your name, by the way. Um, I would love to know Spanish. But I'm hoping that I can actually just bring something uniquely different to it. Okay, looks like I. There we go. Happy Pride, Antonio. Um, thank you. Oh. Anyway, it is almost 1 o'clock here. I didn't plan to make a video this long. I thank you so much. It's been amazing in Malaga, and next 2 days are just relaxing. So expect to see more stuff on the channel in the near future, and some more different stuff. And you'll get more reviews. You'll get more in-depth looks at different things and genres and just some things I really want to look into. So have a great evening. A whole lot from Mexico, and Mexico from Spain. Mexico. I gotta go to Mexico one of these days. I want to go to Chichen Itza. I want to go on those pagodas. Um, see you soon.